Hi, are you there? I was just curious. Are you really thinking of coming to our wedding? I mean, are you really actually serious about that? Because I just want you to know that our wedding is going to be something really, really huge. I mean, it is going to be the talk of the town for the next decade at least.
Hey there, Brenda. Glad to hear that you really haven't changed at all, have you? But I guess at least that means you must be doing well. And hopefully all of your preparations for your big wedding back are proceeding smoothly as well. Either way, I wish you the best of luck. And besides, I think you are right about everyone really looking forward to it. I just can't wait to be there and get to celebrate with you all.
Did you even read the message that I sent you, Sally? I mean, really, sometimes you can be just so silly. In case you didn't notice, I was asking you a question, remember? So don't you try and sneak out of answering it just because you know what's about to come next. Now I asked you a question and you need to answer it.
Oh, I see. I guess I thought that was just a rhetorical question, really. I mean, after all, you are getting married to my brother, so I figured it would be obvious that I would go to the wedding. I didn't think that you were actually confirming to check if I was or wasn't actually going to be at your wedding, but like I said, it's my older brother's wedding, so it's just kind of natural that I would be there anyways, right? After all, it's not like him and I are fighting right now or have any bad blood between the two of us or anything like that.
You really have some nerve, do you know that? You keep calling him your big brother and keep referring to him so casually. Well, let me remind you, Missy, that your brother happens to be on the state legislature, so how about you start showing some respect?
Sorry, I guess I'm a little confused right now. I mean, of course I know what my brother does for a living, but no matter what he does or what he becomes, he's always going to be my big brother first, and I don't think anything is going to change that.
Oh man, you really are just pathetic, do you know that? What, do you have a thing for your brother or something like that? Man, you're such a weirdo. Honestly, sometimes I really just can't help but pity you. Do you know what I mean? After all, you love your big brother so much, and yet at the end of the day, he chose me over you. Not only that, but that makes me the wife of a member of the state legislature. But where does that leave you, huh? I'll give you 3 guesses. Oh man, you really are just too easy to pick on sometimes, do you know that? You really need to not make yourself such a target.
Brenda, I am sorry, but I think you have the completely wrong idea about the relationship that my brother and I have with each other. I mean, not only is what you were implying pretty gross and rude, but also I am not jealous of you one bit for being married to Mark. If anything, I am glad that he was able to find someone that he wanted to spend the rest of his life with and who makes him happy. I really don't understand why you need to be so confrontational or aggressive towards me when it comes to talking about Mark. So if you're asking me a question, that's the question I have for you.
Oh wow, you have got to be kidding me right now. Don't tell me that you think that just because you're the little sister of a member of the state legislature that you have any kind of high social standing than any other ordinary person. I am so sorry to have to be the one to break this to you, Sally, but the fact of that matter is that that privilege is solely reserved for his wife, me, and not his little sister, you. Of course, I suppose that you think that you can just look down on me all you like just because you're a little older than me, isn't that right?
I'm really sorry that I'm making you feel that way, but I just want to make it clear that I'm really not trying to take any kind of tone with you at all. I'm just responding to all of the things that you've been implying about my brother and I, and well... Look, Brenda, you're about to marry Mark, and we're all about to be one big family, so maybe we should just try and get along.
What? You think we're all about to be one big happy family or something? Oh, please, that has got to be some kind of joke. Honestly, do you think that after Mark and I get married that we're ever going to want anything to do with mere peasants like yourselves? I'm sorry, but the simple truth is that we are on completely different levels. We occupy completely different worlds, and that is something that you should never, ever forget.
Really? That's how you and my brother are going to be after you get married? And this is something that Mark has endorsed as well? Because somehow I really can't see a man like him ever thinking that it was okay to treat other people that way.
Well, I guess that just goes to show how little you know about how your brother and I when we get together. Besides, as his fiancé, I have the right to speak for the both of us with anything that I say. So you better just watch yourself, Sally, because the fact that you're Mark's little sister is only going to protect you for so long, do you understand me? So whatever you do, just stay out of my way and don't ever try and cause any trouble for me.
Brenda, I really am sorry to say this, but I think that you need to really change your attitude with regards to all of this. I just mean, well, I think that you might end up regretting things in the future if you're the one who keeps this up. Hey Mark, are you there? I was just wondering if you had a moment to text with me really quick. The thing is that with the wedding coming up and all, Mom and I just wanted to make sure that things were all right between you and Brenda.
Hey there, sis. Of course, I always have time to chat with you. And thank you so much for asking about us, but we're actually doing just fine. Nothing to worry about at all. I know that Brenda can sometimes get a little bit ahead of herself, but I think we need to remember that she's still quite young. I mean, I know it's kind of the elephant in the room, but I'm in my 40s and she's still in her 20s, so... Well, I guess I can understand why everyone might be concerned about us.
Hold on a second. Brenda is still in her 20s? I thought that she already turned 30, right? But anyways, I don't think it's Brenda's age that has people so concerned about you two getting together. I think the thing that is really making people worried about the two of you is the sense that Brenda is kind of controlling over you.
Oh, well, I guess I can sort of understand how people might be able to see our situation in that light.
I mean, I think we can all agree that Brenda is, if anything, headstrong and always likes to have her way. But I mean, you know, you have a political career, Mark. Are you really sure that she's the right choice for you to marry? I just thought you might be a little bit more worried about what people around you, your constituents, thought. We're not trying to dictate your love life or anything like that at all, but I just wanted to let you know that you have people who are worried for you.
Well, I really appreciate that you're saying that to me, sis. And I also know that you're just saying this because you care about me, but I think it's just that Brenda is a little clumsy with her words is all. I really understand where you and others are coming from, but I also want you to know that I've thought about those concerns and still want to be with her. So thank you so much for wanting to look out for me. I really can't express enough how much it means to me. But, well... Did you know that Brenda is an only child? She doesn't have siblings or anything. So I think that sometimes it's easy for her to get a little jealous or protective over things or people that she sees as her own. But you know, as many problems as that can cause, I also think that it makes her really sweet and caring and willing to stand up for herself. I don't want to force you two to do anything either, but it would really just make me so happy if the two of you could get along better.
Oh, Mark, you really are a good man, do you know that? And if you're saying all of this, then I'll do my best to set my worries aside, but... I just thought you should know that I was planning on bringing my husband to your wedding as well, so I hope that's okay.
Oh, you mean Bill was able to get time off to attend the wedding? Well, I have to imagine with how busy he is that can't have been easy for him, so please tell him thanks for doing that. Although, yeah, I guess there is a chance that his presence there might cause a little bit of tension in the air at the wedding. But he is your husband, and so I'm more than anything happy that the both of you will be there to help us celebrate our wedding.
Got it. Thank you so much for understanding, Mark. You really are the best. I'll let Bill know what you said. I just hope that we're all able to forget about all of these worries and stuff for at least a single day so that we can give you the wedding you deserve. Anyways, I'm sure that you're really busy with lots to do, so I will leave you to it and we will talk later.
Oh my gosh, I really just cannot believe what I am seeing right now.
I mean, did you seriously decide to show your face at my wedding? What is the matter with you?
I thought I told you that Mark and I want nothing to do with a couple of poor losers like you and your husband. You don't belong here.
Poor losers. Brenda, I know it's your wedding, but we are your guests here, and I really don't think that is any way to treat us.
You think I give a damn at all what some little nobody like you has to say about anything? I thought I already told you not to bother showing your face here. Just get lost already.
Brenda, come on. You can't be serious about this. I mean, I am the sister of the groom, for crying out loud.
And you think that means anything at all to me? I told you that there is no place for people like you here. You just don't belong here. It is that simple. Honestly, why in the world do you think that you and your poor husband belong here? I told you that you and I exist in different worlds. And here, at this wedding, my wedding, it's the world of the rich, the famous, and the powerful, and everything that you're not. How many times am I going to have to tell you?
You really have just completely lost it, haven't you? I can't even talk to you like this.
Well, good. I don't want you talking to Mark or I, since I know that you're just after his money and influence anyways. But if I've told you once, I've told you 3,000 times. It means nothing at all that you are Mark's little sister. You are going to get nothing from either of us. And we certainly don't need the likes of you at the wedding for a member of the state legislature. So you can either go home, or I'll make sure your husband never finds work in this town again.
Oh, really? And you think that you have the power to do something like that to my husband? In fact, you know what? I don't have time for this. I have tried to be patient, but you have really pissed me off. I am going to make sure that you get what is coming your way. Mark my words.
Oh, please. You really think that either you or your husband has the power to do anything? And besides, do you really think that Mark doesn't have the authority to do whatever he wants to the likes of your husband? Or rather, do you not think that I, as the wife of a member of the state legislature, don't have the power to do just that?
I really just don't even see the point of keeping up this conversation with you at all. So on that note, I think my husband and I are going to go leave this wedding and go home. I just have to wait for Bill to finish making the rounds, saying hi to everyone here first.
Sally, you have some serious explaining to do. I want answers and I want them now. You tell me why in the world all 500 of my wedding guests are showing that much respect to your husband. Just who in the world even is this Bill guy that you married anyways?
You mean you really don't know who my husband is at all? I guess that must not pay attention to the news very much. He's really quite that famous.
Quit playing with me and just tell me who your husband is already. I am not going to be toyed with like this.
Well, in the news they keep calling him Colonel Bill, and that's just because, well, that's just it. He's a colonel in the army. And in these parts of the country, that rank in the army tends to outshine local legislators by just a tad, don't you think? And moreover, with the way that you were saying all those horrible things about how my husband and I are peasants and poor and all that, well... I guess you really didn't know, given just how surprised you are about all of this. Although I suppose that just can't be helped at all. Although I think the real people who were surprised were your family and friends here, who apparently had idea that kind of awful person that you really are. In fact, I've heard most of them whispering about if you're all right in the head, and asking what's the matter with you that you would try and act that way towards a service member.
So you're saying that's why the mood at my wedding has just totally changed after you guys left? You know, we were really hoping that everyone was going to stay at this wedding until the very end, but we were hoping to at least rent the space for another 2 more hours, but after your guys left, everyone started sneaking out, and now there's practically nobody here. The wedding was over before it even had a chance to begin. This was supposed to be my perfect day. I had dreamed about it and planned for it for all this time, and now you've gone and ruined it. Even Mark is just furious with them. I don't think I've ever seen him this upset with anyone before. Not only that, but my parents also got so furious with me that I actually had to go run away and hide in the bridal changing room. That's where I am texting you from right now, actually. So I want you to explain this all from the very start. What in the world did you say to make everyone just abandon me and turn their back like this? You have to tell me what's really going on here.
Well, before I do any of that, I think I should let you know that Mark is actually here with my husband and I. He came over to apologize profusely to Bill.
Wait, what? What do you mean Mark is there right with you guys because he went over to apologize to Bill? Why in the world would he go and do that? He didn't do anything, and he shouldn't have to lower himself like that.
You really just still don't get it at all, do you? You treated my husband as if he were some kind of lowly worm who you could just say whatever you wanted to about. Do you not remember all the horrible messages that you sent to me? And who cares if my brother is in the state legislature? Who really cares about what someone's class or position in society is? The whole reason why my brother wanted to become a lawmaker was to serve his community and give everyone in our town a chance at success and a happy life. I told you before, but my brother would never say the things that you say about other people. Honestly, I can't believe myself that you went and did all of this. I would think that getting married to someone like my brother that you would know to show a little more tact, especially when you're out in public. But now you've gone and affected my brother's reputation as well with your ridiculous actions. So of course he has to try and fix the mess that you've created for him. I mean, really, do you not understand what it means to be married to someone in politics? Everyone is watching your every move. You can't just act however you want or as if you're better than everyone else. You have a responsibility to the community to be responsive and respectful. But to me, it's clear that that was never an intention you had when it came to marrying Mark. Speaking of Mark, more than any of the people that you may have insulted today, I think it is fair to say that the one person who might actually suffer any consequences for what you have done would be my brother.
You can't talk to me like this! I mean, I had no idea who you or your husband really were. You have to know that had I known the truth, I would have never, ever acted in the way that I did towards you guys. You know that, right?
I don't really care what you have to say for yourself at this point, Brenda, but it is clear that you have not really been reading a single word that I have said. I mean, honestly, even if I was poor as you kept calling me over and over again, that is still just no excuse at all to be throwing people out of a wedding that they had been invited to. Do you understand that? So, when you hear about the kinds of things that people have been saying about how crazy you have been acting today, just know that they are perfectly justified in everything that they're saying. But more than anyone else, I just feel really bad for my brother. I mean, really, to have to deal with and clean up after such a messy woman such as yourself.
You can't talk to me like that! I mean, don't you have any sympathy for me at all? Just think of the shock that I'm in right now! I haven't done anything wrong at all. Surely even you can see that! Sure, I may have lost my temper just a little bit with you and your husband, but I really think that this is just taking things too far. I don't think I did anything at all to deserve you treating me like this.
Well then, I think that you really need to reflect more on your actions if that is really how you feel about how things are turning out for you right now. Although, no matter how much you sit and reflect on the way that you treated Bill and I, the fact of the matter is that nothing you can do or say can ever take back those actions. You know that, right? So, even if we're feeling some kind of regret for your actions, which it seems like you only are to the extent that it affects you, it's still too late to fix any of this. Everyone who went to your wedding is already thinking and saying as much as far as you and my brother are concerned. I mean, you really made a big mistake.
What do you mean? I don't understand why you keep bringing your brother into this. You keep saying that the things that I did are going to affect him the most, but that still doesn't make any sense to me at all. How could any of this affect Mark? Explain it to me right now.
Wow, I really just don't even know what to say to that all right now. I mean, did you even once stop and think about what it would really be like to marry someone involved in politics, especially at the local level? Obviously, you were enthralled by the power and the prestige that you thought was going to come by marrying my brother. But it is so obvious to me that you never once spent any time thinking about the responsibilities that would also come with that. In a nutshell, now the people who support and vote for my brother are going to look at what you've done and think about his choice of spouse. Imagine you're a voter and a candidate asking your vote also has a completely selfish, rude, horrible spouse, and they are asking for you to vote for them. I know for a fact that if I was a voter, I would find myself questioning the decision-making process of that candidate and wonder if I could really trust him with decisions that would affect not just myself, but my whole community. My brother spent his whole career before he met you trying to work his was into the community and build actual credible trust in himself as a politician. And now you've gone and set him back to the start. I won't let you get away with how you've treated me, my husband, or my brother.
But, I mean, you have to understand that I was never trying to do any of that in the first place. Surely you know that I would never want to hurt Mark in any way at all, and I would certainly never want to affect his career in the way that you're saying that I did. All I wanted to do was get you and your husband out of the picture, and this was before I knew who you and your husband really were. So surely you can see now that this is all just one big misunderstanding, right? We can make the public understand that too, can't we?
Well, you should know that my brother is really upset with you. I mean, how did you think that he would respond to the things that you said about his family? And this isn't just about the horrible things that you said to my husband as a service member, but you really seem to underestimate just how close my brother and I really are. Because if you thought that he was going to just sit back and let you insult his little sister like that, well, then you're really even crazier than I might have thought at the very start. But surely, even someone like you can understand why my brother would be so upset at the way that you treated me, right? I told you that my brother probably wouldn't be happy to hear any of the things that you were saying about not only myself, but society in general. I tried to warn you and tell you to cool yourself down. I told you that you and I were going to be family soon, and that we were going to have to try and get along for the sake of keeping that all together. I gave you plenty of heads up that if you kept acting like this, that it wouldn't end well for you.
Well, okay, I know that you did tell me all of that, but I mean, I thought you were trying to scare or intimidate me. I thought you were trying to talk down to me as if I didn't know any of what I was talking about. I didn't think that you were actually being serious.
Well, if you thought that everything that I was telling you was just for myself, then that is just another thing that is on you. Honestly, I know that my brother said that you're still young, but that is no excuse to be this stupid. But anyways, it really doesn't matter now that you've already gone and ruined everything. Nothing you say is going to fix what you've done, and it's far too late to try and talk yourself out of this mess now. If you have anything else left to say, you can go ahead and say it to my brother, because I, for one, am sick and tired of having to put up with your lousy personality.
Hey, Sally, I just really wanted to extend my apologies to both you and Bill again. I mean, I just had no idea the kind of person that Brenda really was. Or maybe that's not true. Maybe I did see the signs and I just wanted to ignore them or hope that they would fix themselves with time. I guess maybe I really wasn't as careful with all of this as I should have been. But anyways, that is still no excuse for not taking what you were saying to me seriously. I really should have listened to what you were trying to tell me about Brenda, and I'm sorry for not listening to you.
Oh, Mark, you know you really don't have to apologize to me for any of this. After all, it's not really your fault. Besides, more than anything, the person that I'm most worried about right now is you. You also must have been looking forward to this wedding, and then it had to end in the way that it did. But what do you think you're going to do about Brenda now? After all, I don't really think that people are going to be eager to change their minds about her anytime soon.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. It isn't going to be easy, but I have a lot of important decisions I need to make if I'm going to have a future in this town's politics. But that's for me to figure out. I just again really wanted to say how sorry I am to both you and Bill for how all of this unfolded. You two are my family, and neither of you deserved a single word of the horrible things that Brenda thought it was okay to say to you. And if there is one thing that I'm certain of, it's that I could never be with someone who treats my family the way that Brenda treated the two of you. On that point, I am certain about what I have to do.
Oh, Mark, you really are such a sweetie. Do you know that? I mean, I just know that you didn't mean for anyone to get hurt, and I really can't imagine how this whole situation must be tearing you up right now. Of course, I think it's fair to say that nobody, not you or Bill and I, or anyone who showed up to the wedding could have guessed how things were really going to go. But you know, maybe this is your chance to get up in front of the public and make clear your stance about all of this. After all, you're such a great public speaker, and I just think that it might be good to get ahead of this before the situation gets any worse for yourself, you know?
I think that you're right. I do need to do my best to make all of this right and make sure that the public knows how sorry I am. But more than anything, I need to make things right with you and Bill. I'll go and talk to Brenda and make her go to your house to apologize to the both of you in person so that we can start getting past this.
Mark, that is really sweet of you to think of going that far, but that's not really what I want to happen at all. In fact, I really don't care whether or not Brenda apologizes to Bill and I. I think the fact of the matter is that the two of us would be just as happy if we never ever had to see her again. Now, I know you said you made your mind up, but I don't think it's our place to comment on your relationship, so I won't. You know that I think it's usually wrong to give ultimatums, so I'll just say that I think we are probably going to avoid anything where Brenda is going to be. I don't want to see her or talk to her. I had already given her the benefit of the doubt and extended my hand to try and be friends with her over and over and over again, but she constantly threw my efforts back in my face.
I see. No, you're right. I didn't think about it like that, but you're absolutely right. I think I might have to go do some thinking about what needs to be done. I'll get in contact with you soon, okay?
After that, my brother did get in contact with me again. He called to tell me that he had spoken with Brenda and that he was going to get a divorce with her. He told me that he couldn't stand the thought of being with someone who treated his family so poorly. I told him that I completely respected his decision and that I hoped he was making the right one. Then I briefly muted the call and screamed out in joy that Mark had made the right call. Later in the call, Mark told me that he was going to suspend his campaign for the next election cycle so that he could think about his actions and how he can regain the trust of the community. As for Bill and I, well, we were just too happy to hear the good news that Brenda was no longer going to be part of our lives. I actually got a text from Brenda later where she tried to beg me to change Mark's mind about the divorce, but I just blocked her number. In the end, although I was the one being insulted, it was my brother who had to face the consequences of his wife's actions. I just hope he's more careful with who he trusts in the future. Thank you for watching! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.